Hey guys, welcome back. On this video, we're doing a kicked up hot dog. And it's not entirely from scratch, but we're gonna do our best. So let's get going. So we're gonna be using some Matador Prime Filet Mignon sausage that Matt over at Matador Prime sent me. So that's already made for us. What we are gonna make is our homemade New England style hot dog buns. And I've seen this on YouTube channels. I know Christy over at Christy's Cooking, she did one, it turned out awesome. Kind of almost following the same recipe. We got our New England style hot dog pan that I ordered off of Amazon. It wasn't too expensive. I'll have the link down below. Got our stand mixer. Let's get going. So the first step is I'm going to add some warm water, some warm milk, some sugar, salt, and I'll have the recipe down below for easy access. And we got our active dry yeast. Now I'm going to let this sit for about 5 minutes and we're going to check to see if our yeast is alive. The warm water, the salt, the sugar, that'll help feed that yeast, and in 5 minutes hopefully we should see some foaming on top. That tells us our yeast is good. So we'll see you back in 5 minutes. So you can see we got some foaming going on in there, so our yeast is alive. So we're just going to continue on. Got about 17.6 ounces. I used a scale, measured it, but oops. If we were going to looks like approximately 3 cups. I'm not a baker, and I know with baking you have to be exact with measurements, so 17.6 ounces. That's what I did. We'll get that in there without getting it all over the place. I got some milk powder, and this is non-fat powdered milk that I happened to find at the grocery store. I've never used it before, but it calls for some powdered milk. Go ahead and get this going on low. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 egg. And some softened butter. And we're gonna let this go. And what we're looking for is when the dough's not sticking to the side, but if it's still sticking to the bottom. That's what we're gonna be looking for. So it's gonna be somewhat tacky. And make sure we scrape the sides down. All right, so at that point, our dough is looking a little dry, so I'm gonna add a touch of water. Kind of get that up. So we've been kneading for about almost 10 minutes now, and you can see it's not sticking to the side. If I get a good shot of that. The dough is a little tacky. It's not really, sticking to the bottom, but I'm gonna call this good. So what we gotta do now is we gotta let this rise. So we're gonna let it rise right in this bowl. Take the dough hook out first. See if I can do this. Yeah, nice. All right, let's put this off to the side. I'm probably gonna trip over that later, so. All right, so you can see it does stick a little bit to the bottom. Feels nice. Still a little tacky. Gonna make it into a little ball. Our mixing bowl with a little canola oil, and I'm gonna spray the top. Just cover this with a towel. We're gonna let this proof for about an hour. We'll give it an hour. It should hopefully double in size if we did everything right. So I'll see you back here in an hour. So it's been an hour, and this is what we got. It doubled in size. It's looking good. I'll go ahead and take this out. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and weigh this because I want to make sure I get 10 equal portions. So the easiest thing to do would be to weigh this and then cut it into, or divide it by 10. So let's see what we got here. We've got 30.3 ounces. So we're going to do 3 ounce, roughly 3 ounces per dough per hot dog bun. All right, we got our 10 3-ounce balls, and what we're gonna do is, and I hope this is gonna work. If not, I'm gonna be running to the store to buy hot dog buns. I'm gonna be kind of rolling these out. We're just sort of gonna shape them into little dough, hot dog shape sizes. I got my hot dog bun greased up, and we're just gonna go ahead and lay these in there. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cheat. Just sort of roll them out. Sort of like that. I think that'll work. At least I hope it's gonna work. So I'll get the rest of these rolled out. All right, so there we go. Did the best I could, rolled them out. Now I've seen some videos on YouTube where people just took that dough and they just sort of just threw it in there and they spread it all out, and then they put a baking sheet with something heavy on top of it and let it rise from there. And then when you bake it, you basically, this would be the bottom, and you just flip it over and you cut them. I saw it done this way, and I like the results of that, you know, visually, so we're gonna give this a try. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna let this rest again for another 45 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my oven heated to 350 degrees. I was gonna do this out on the Kamado, but it's kind of warm out today and kind of limiting the amount of barbecues that I have to light up. So here we got it. These are the ugliest hot dog buns I think I've ever seen. I think this proves that I am not a baker. I should have stuck with what the instructions said to kind of roll them out 4 inches wide, about 5 to 6 inches long, and then roll them up, and then kind of put them seam side down so it doesn't look like a mess. But they did rise. So we're gonna call these rustic New England style hot dog buns. We're gonna see how they go. So what I am gonna do, I got the oven preheated at 350. I got some, it's just a basic egg wash. It's just an egg. This will help maybe make my nastiness look a little bit better. All right, into the oven, 18-20 minutes, 350 degrees. We'll see what these look like. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna call these Franken buns. They look kind of unique, but they smell incredible. The whole house smells great right now. So the hard part's done. Let's get us some filet mignon sausage going. So here's the star of the show. These beautiful filet mignon sausage. I mean, they smell incredible. They great color. I can't wait to bite into these. All right, I got the Weber kettle fired up. Got a little piece of hickory in there. We're gonna smoke these indirect for a little bit, and then we'll get them on direct to get a good char on them. So let's get these on. So we got our sausage, our filet mignon Matador sausage, all cooked up on the Weber. Smell incredible. I mean, I wish you guys can smell these. So go ahead and set this aside. Let me wipe up my board here. We're gonna look at our Franken buns. That's what I'm going to dub these. Go ahead and pop these out. Beautiful golden brown. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut down. So there's our hot dog bun. It's not too bad. It's got a nice golden brown top. It's nice and fluffy inside. They're not perfect. They don't look like a store-bought, but hey, these are homemade. These are my Franken dogs, so we're going to be using this. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and butter these sides up. Put a little bit of butter. We're going to go ahead and give this a nice toast. Nice and toasted. Go ahead and split the top. Get one of our filet sausages right down in there. You think we're done? We're not done. I got some nice lump crab here as a topping. Again, we're sticking with that classic steak dinner. So I'm going to go ahead and top this with some of this lump crab. And I got a nice béarnaise sauce that I made. I'll have the link right up here on the recipe that I did with steak Oscar with the filet mignon that I actually made. So we're actually just going to drizzle some of this béarnaise sauce right on top. And that's it. Nice and simple. One thing I did think as an afterthought, it probably would have been cool to have some asparagus spears in there as well for some green, but this is what we got. All right, so there we go. Homemade New England style hot dog buns with some top shelf Matador prime sausage, some filet mignon sausage with some crab and a béarnaise sauce. This smells incredible. Let's bite into this. That's pretty damn good if I say so myself. That filet mignon sausage is just so tender. It's smoky. You can see got a little smoke in there, a little smoke ring. The New England style bread is nice and fluffy, and it holds up really well. Top anything with crab and some béarnaise sauce. It's always a winner. Give this a try. Get some Matador prime sausage, man. Go check them out. Make your buns from scratch, even if they look a little Franken-stylish for me, but as long as they taste good. Remember, guys, hit that thumbs up. I'll see you in the next run. Thanks for watching.